Gentlemen, welcome to Lambert Park for this round 4 clash between Sydney FC, the Young Sky Blues, up against Wollongong Wolves. Of course, Wollongong leading the competition ladder after 3 rounds, undefeated, in top spot on 7 points, up against the Sky Blues outfit today, looking to make amends after their first loss of the season last week at the hands of Marconi Stallions. It promises to be a great clash, as we just see those sets of players shaking hands before the kick-off. It's a chilly night here in Sydney. Some high winds around, so for those of you down in the fraternity club in Wollongong, in Ferry Meadow, a wise choice to stay home. All games live down there this season on the big screen, so congratulations to the club for doing that, and also to the fans getting behind your local side who are doing so well this year. Just see the 2 captains in the middle of the field at the moment. Lee McGing from Sydney FC and Justin Passfield from the Wollongong Wolves. As the referee, Tim Danaskos, just about to do the coin toss. And it looks like Wollongong won the coin toss there, so they'll be running towards the Leichhardt end of Lambert Park, while Sydney FC look as though they'll be running towards the scoreboard end. Let's see how both sides line up today. Firstly, the visitors, unchanged for the 4th consecutive week. Luke Wilkshire's men. In goals, number 1, Justin Passfield. Number 2, Taylor McDonald. Number 4, Nikola Djordjevic. Number 6, Ben Tosi. Number 9, Thomas James. Number 11, Takuru Okada. Number 14, Harry Callahan. Number 15, Nicholas Littler. Number 16, Guy Knight. Number 17, James Stachewski. And rounding out the first 11, number 24, Lachlan Scott. The substitutes tonight for Wollongong Wolves, number 7, Chris Price. Number 10, Brendan Griffin. Number 23, Jordan Nikolovsky. Number 20, Bull Juch. And reserve goalkeeper, number 12, Luke Carey's. Of course, Wollongong is coached by Luke Wilkshire this season. And now for the young Sydney Sky Blues, they look like this. In goals, number 1, Thomas Hewitt-Bell. Number 3, Ben Van Muels. Number 4, and captain, Lee McGing. Number 6, Harry van der Sarg. Number 7, Jerry Skatardis. Number 8, Joel King. Number 9, Hamish Lamberton. Number 10, Marco Tilio. Number 11, Luke Ivanovic. Number 13, Geordie Swibble. And number 15, Ryan Teague. The substitutes for Sydney FC. Number 2, Daniel Blashura. Number 5, Patrick Shabilio. Number 12, Giuseppe Tilio. Number 17, Callum Talbot. And number 40, Levi Kay. Sydney's coached by Jim Van Wieren. Today's officials, referee Tim Danaskos. Assistant referees Andre Giev and Jun Park. And Harrison Sapie is your 4th official. So, as we touched on, an unchanged lineup for Wollongong Wolves for the 4th consecutive season. As Luke Wilkshire said pre-game, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And for the Young Sky Blues, just the 2 changes tonight coming into the starting lineup, Hamish Lamberton as well as Ryan Teague, as we have kick-off here at Lambert Park. And Van der Sarg now looks to switch the play. In the middle of the park now is Jerry Skatardis for Sydney FC. Marco Tilio on ball now for the Sky Blues. Nice challenge in the middle of the park there. It's played away by James Stachewski, and it's Wollongong now. Look to counter. Free kick to the Wolves to be taken by Stachewski. Djordjevic now back to his centre-back partner in crime in Nick Littler. Searching ball forward, looking for Guy Knight on the left-hand side. Looks to cut back on his right. Still Guy Knight for Wollongong Wolves. Cuts it in to the 6-yard box, just over cooking it somewhat there for Lachlan Scott. And it's Sydney now. They look to break. Through Joel King over there. Searching ball forward. Headed back there to the goalkeeper in Justin Passfield. Nick Littler looking to go forward. A little too much on it in that instance there. As thrown's taken. And Ivanovic now looks to corral it to Ryan Teague, who finds Van der Sarg. Just pops it forward. Lamberton not being able to get on the back of it now, but it's Wollongong Wolves looking to go forward now. James there. McKing tracking back. Puts into touch for a Wollongong throw. Ball forward looking for Lachlan Scott. Nice touch there. Drags it down to Thomas James. Has a shot. Blocked there. Still Thomas James. Now back to Lachlan Scott. Not clearing the ball there, Sydney FC, but in the wayward shot from Harry Callahan. Relieves some pressure for Sydney FC. Early press there from Wollongong Wolves, so Hewitt Bill not being able to play out as Sydney like to do. So it'll be a long ball forward now. Headed up by Littler. Ricardo and Ivanovic there. Ivanovic gets it down to Teague. Helps it on to Geordie Swibble now for Sydney. Switch of play, Marco Tilio, and on the left is Joel King if he goes that way. Certainly does. Taylor McDonald in front of him. Good defence there from the right back for Wollongong Wolves. Looks to clear it to safety down the line. There's Lachlan Scott. Wins the throw for Wollongong on the far side. Into the 4th minute here at Lambert Park. No real opportunities for either side at the moment. Just feeling each other out, so to speak. Scott looks to get around King there. Referee sees an infringement. And it'll be a Sydney FC free kick taken quickly there by the young Sky Blues. McKing now. Ivanovic. Good defence there in the middle of the park from Stachevski. Wins out for Wollongong Wolves through Thomas James now. Looks to play Lachlan Scott in behind. Cleared away to safety. Will be a Wollongong Wolves throw though. Long throw forward. Headed on there. Back to the keeper in Hewitt Bell. Headed up there by Guy Knight. Again by Makata. Easy pickings for McKing. Georgievic with the header. Just see Wollongong pressing a little bit through the midfield there. Not really allowing Sydney to play out. And again, they'll go long through Hewitt Bell, but it's easy for left back there in Guy Knight. And quick throw taken. Finding Georgievic. Nick Littler just goes back to his keeper. Wollongong just happy to play with it. In their back. 3 or 4 at the moment. Trying to create opportunities through that middle third. As Hamish Lambton presses high now. Also Ivanovic puts pressure there to Georgievic, but he does well. And it's Wollongong now. Long ball forward looking for Callahan. Over the top. Nice run there by Callahan. He has Thomas James if he can get it back to him. Good defending there from the Sydney FC right back in Van der Sarg. King over the top, finding Ivanovic. Gets the ball down on deck, finding Tilio on the left. Marco Tilio, that is, the number 10, the mercurial number 10 that he is. So instrumental in the Sky Blues outfit, week in, week out. Hamish Lambton does win the throw, though, for Sydney. Marco Tilio now turns inside. Has Ivanovic to his right, but still going himself. Marco Tilio a little too much in the end. Georgievic clearing to safety, but it's Sydney now through Ryan Teague on his left. Goes route one through the middle. As Wollongong look to counter now. It's Callaghan, still going Callaghan. There's James to his left, that's where he goes. Thomas James, the league's leading goal scorer, of course, after 3 games with 5 goals this season. He's set this competition alight. Can he make it 4 team of the weeks this week as well? Of course, the only other game being played tonight is out at Bosley Park, Marconi Stallions, taking on Manly United, so we'll keep you updated where possible throughout the night. Of course, we are interactive this season, so spread the love, share the streams. We are having record numbers viewing these games week in, week out, so it's a great thing for the competition. All games being live streamed, as are the women's competition this year, the NPL 20s as well. There's Van der Sarg now looking to break down that right corridor, finding Ivanovic. Ivanovic long ball forward for Hamish Lambert at the far post. Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. Hamish Lamberton for Sydney. McDonald in front of him, goes to cut it back to Jordan Swibble. Just an errant first part touch there, letting him down, but it's falling nicely now for Wollongong. Forward from Callaghan, finding James, hasn't given up the ghost. Thomas James now, can he get the ball square? Yes, he does. For Sachevsky, can he keep it in? Just a little too much on it. Sydney just taking the foot off the gas there defensively. Thomas James nipped him behind. Great ball across, face ball, looking for Sachevsky, but just too much for him to do in the end. Teague back to Van der Sarg. Swibble. Good defence there from Makata. Wins back possession for Wollongong Wolves. Switch of play from Tosi, finding McDonald now. Wollongong now settle it down in the centre of the park. Through Callaghan. Sachevsky going back to where he came from in Tosi. Ryan Teague now. Tilio. Skatatis looks to hold it up, giving him some options there in the middle of the park. Switches on, but he decides to go back to central defence. Finally goes to the right side. Nice switch of play, looking for King. Good first touch there by the left back, but not the greatest of touches there by Tilio. It'll be a Wollongong throw. Just over 10 minutes played here at Lambert Park. Still Sydney FC nil, Wollongong Wolves nil. No opportunities for either side thus far. As the throw is taken. Helped on in the centre of the park there, looking for James. The ball finds its way back to Hewitt Bell. Callaghan looks to beat Teague, runs out of space though. Good marshalling of area there by Ryan Teague. Lazy ball there in the centre of the park from Tilio, finding a Carter. James now. Back heel for a Carter. Has Knight to his left. Good run there from the left back. Gets it to the centre of the box. In the end, taken nicely by Hewitt Bell. Was a good run there by Guy Knight, though, a feature of his play. Of course, getting down that left-hand touch already a couple of times tonight. For the Wolves. Teague over the top, looking for King. Nice run there from Joel King. McDonald quick, though. Face ball across. Swivels does well to keep it in play. Ivanovic now. There's a pack of three there. Tries to play it in for a corner. Cleared away by Djordjevic though. Wolves just claiming a free kick there. Referee Danaskos didn't see anything in it. Knight now with the throw for Wolves. Over everybody there in the end. Falls down into the centre of the park though, through Tosi. Teague with the header. Finding Callaghan though. Tosi in the centre of the park. Littler has McDonald to his right. Does well to hold it up. Searching ball forward now for a Carter. Intercepted there by Van der Sag though. Only as far as Knight. His pass cut out there by Teague, and it's the young Sydney FC side now looking to break, but not the greatest of touches there by Jordan Swivel. Still Wollongong now through. Right hand corridor there. James dropping back, but he's not the man that gets the ball. It's Callaghan twisting in, turning. Finally gets it to James though. Carter looking to play. James in behind. Thomas James for Wollongong Wolves across the face of goal. Lachlan Scott just arriving, but not in the nick of time. Good enterprising play there from the Wolves in that middle third. McDonald there, good interception off Tilio. Can't keep it in. The throw in to Sydney, taken quickly by King. Tilio gets it down. Centre of the park now is Ivanovic. Pressed there by Stachevski. Gets a nice ball behind to Swibble. Geordie Swibble now for Sydney FC. Only man in the centre there is young Hamish Lamberton, but it will be a Sydney FC corner. First real opportunity of the evening for the Sky Blues to mount some pressure. We know how good Wollongong are defensively. That tall timber they do possess in the centre of defence. We'll see what Sydney FC can make of this first corner of the game for them. As the ball is in. Looking for the header there. Oh, Van Meurs. Deflected for a Wollongong goal kick. They take it quickly. James chests it down for a Carter. Goes back to James down the left-hand touchline. Joel King's in front of him defensively, but cuts inside onto his right. Thomas James. Great tackle there by Ryan Teague. And it's now the Sky Blues who look to break in transition through Ivanovic. Not much going on for him at the moment. Once again isolated. Well done, Ben Tosi. Comes across, wins it back for the Wolves. And settled down now through the 17 is Stachevski. Donald. Looks to play Lachlan Scott in behind. Just a little too much on that pass from the right back. So Sydney FC now who look to come at Wollongong Wolves. Lazy pass there in the centre of the park. And it's picked up by Thomas James over the top. Looking for the 14. in Callahan. Can he flick it back to Okada? Just can't get it to him. But almost intercepted there, and it is. This time falls to the hands of Okada. Ball inside for Lachlan Scott. And that's what happens when you don't clear it. Lachlan Scott with a beautiful flicked on header. And he's the league leaders. Wollongong Wolves 1. Leading Sydney FC 0. Well, the young Sky Blues failed to clear the ball. It did find its way back to Okada, the beautiful chip inside. An unmarked Lachlan Scott with the easiest of headers. And the ex-Wanderers player was not going to miss from there. And he opens the scoring for Wollongong. His first goal of the season. And that'll be a good confidence booster for him. King on ball. There's McDonald there. So he has to go back. Ryan Teague now for Sydney. Vandersarg down the right, screaming for the ball. Knight first there though. Can't keep it in. Does concede the corner to Sydney. Well, another opportunity for some pressure to be put onto this Wolves defence. See what medal this young Sky Blues outfit is made of tonight. Of course, losing last week their first game to Marconi. Now trailing the league leaders by a goal to nil. Marco Tilio for Sydney. Whips it in, goes near. Easily cleared away by Okada. Tosi chasing it for Wollongong. Skatatis though gets it down onto the deck. Has to go all the way back to Hewitt Bell. Ivanovic. King has Lamberton and Sybil forward, but loses out there defensively. And it's Callahan taken down by King. Wins the free kick, taken quickly. Referee Danaskos, though, says it's not taken where it was, where the occurrence was. So back it goes. Sydney will need to be careful not to get caught on the hop with these free kicks that Wollongong do like to take quickly. Knight. Djordjevic. Lamberton with some pressure on Passfield. Makes him go forward. Centre of the park. Over the top. McKing has to concede the throw to the Wolves. Throw to be taken by Carter. Goes long, looking for Thomas James. Headed away. Only as far as McDonald. He whips it in again, over the top. Still with Thomas James. Let's go back to Tosi. Stachevski. McDonald. Gets the ball in, looking for again for Lachlan Scott. Almost nearly made it 2-0. Well, that ball across the face, causing Sydney all sorts of problems at the moment. If they were to concede a second, it would be disaster for the young Sky Blues. Just into the 22nd minute mark here at Lambert Park. Okada with the corner. Goes far post, looking for a header. Cleared away by King. Does well in the end, though, to Clear it to safety. Georgievic. Intercepted by Tilio now. Almost overruns it, finds Swibble. Tries to turn his defender. Does find Ivanovic, has a shot from a degree of difficulty. Great parry there by Passfield and cleared away by the Wolves defence. Still with Sydney now though, through Tilio. Throwing taken quickly. Swibble gets it back to McGing. Van der Sarg. Tries his luck from distance. Harry Van der Sarg. Not the greatest of hits. That's probably why he's a right back. But still worth a shot though. James. Still Thomas James showing strength there. Pulled down just on the edge of the box. The assistant referee flag it. Dangerous position for Sydney. Hugh Bell will need to make sure that he gets his wall right. Some great set-piece strikers in this Wollongong side. See Akata and James over the ball. Will it be Akata or James? It'll be James. He strikes it with venom into the wall. The follow-up shot deflected for a corner though. Well, we've certainly seen some fabulous strikes. None better than his first goal last week against Sydney United 58 FC. Through the laces. Almost put a hole in the net out there at Adenza Park. Of course, we read about and keep hearing how he scored 80 goals in 83 games down in Canberra. And in the NPL down there, 5 in 3 is a pretty good effort thus far as Akata makes his way across for the corner, near post, cleared away by Sydney. Only as far as Stachevski. Back to Akata on his right. He turns back into his left, looking for Lachlan Scott with a header. He falls nicely for the 15 this time. And it's Nick Littler. An improbable goal for him. And Wollongong Wolves make it 2-0 here at Lambert Park. Well, it's not so much a surprise that Nick Littler has got himself on the score sheet, but it's more so that it's not a set piece and a header. Tucking it away nicely like a good number 9 to double the lead for the visitors. Free kick Sydney, taken quickly. Tilio now. King, first time ball in, looking for Swibble with a header. Cleared away though by Wolves. Only as far as Ryan Teague. And his deflection. Sees a Wolves goal kick. Great touch and turn there by Lachlan Scott. Looking for Callahan, but not the pass he would have hoped for. Swibble twisting and turning now, trying to set Sky Blues away, but not to be. They still end up with the ball, though. Ball over the top for Hamish Lamberton. Has to wait for it to arrive. Has Van der Sark to his right. He does get it to him. The cavalry arrive for Wolves, though. Skatardis for Sydney. Well, the dummy there looking for Lamberton. No communication there by Sydney in that front third, though. Shielded well by Knight for a Wollongong Wolves goal kick. Well, a big shout out to all the Wolves fans down there at the Fraternity Club in Ferry Meadow tonight. We know it's your home away from home throughout the season. All the games are live down there, so welcome aboard the live stream. And no doubt you're proud of your side, who are doing incredible things this season in the NPL New South Wales Men's 1 competition through the first 3 and a bit rounds. As we see a free kick in the middle of the park there on James Stachewski. The smallest man on the field, Marco Tilio, just bringing him down. Knight tries to go too cute in, finding Scott, and it's Ivanovic now. First time ball in. Again, just that front third for Sydney, not really communicating at the moment. Of course, we saw Ivanovic play up front last week against Marconi, so he's back into his usual midfield role. And Lamberton back up there, so just getting the combos right midway through this first half. Sydney, as we almost reach the half an hour mark here at Lambert Park. A cold Sydney evening. Some nice skill there, holding it up. King finding Skatardis. It's Van der Sarg. Going back to Skatardis now. Ivanovic first time. Ryan Teague switches play, finding King. Just overcooking that ball in for Swibble. Dealt with easily by Wollongong. And it's James now. He's going to get to the ball first. Thomas James for Wollongong Wolves. Has the skipper in McGing in front of him. Gets it onto his right. And there you have it. His 6th goal of the season, thank you very much. Thomas James makes it 3-0 to the Wolves. Well, the urgency just wasn't there from Sydney FC defensively. The long ball forward for Thomas James. We know he's got great pace. Got there first. Cut it back onto his right. Picked out the far corner. Made it 3-0, and Hewitt Bell, for the 3rd time today, picks it out of the back of his net. Just too much complacency from the young Sydney FC side. And it's the league leaders, 3 up. As we head towards the 31 minutes mark here at Lambert Park. Really making an announcement and a statement to the rest of the competition. Of course, the difference from the side pre-season to what we're seeing now, they didn't have that tag on them like they do now. They were the hunters, now they're the hunted. But a great fist of things they're doing at the moment, even with that tag on their heads. Good dummy there by James for Scott, but cleared away to the number 10 in Tilio. Taken down centre midfield there. Well, my first opportunity to catch the Wolves live this season. It's evident how fit they are as Lamberton there looks to turn. It's dragged down. In good position for Sydney to perhaps jag something out of this free kick. Ivanovic and Tilio. One suspects it will be Ivanovic who takes it from there. He does look the aggressor of the two. Ivanovic for Sydney. Tries to go through the wall. Blocked and dealt with nicely there by the Wolves. Cleared away to safety for a Sydney throw. King goes forward, looking for Swibble, headed on, but nobody in the vicinity. Referee does point to a corner though. So Swibble runs across, looking for a quick corner, but Marco Tilio says it's all mine, Geordie. Leave it to me. So that'll allow the defence to get up for this set piece. Tilio now, onto his left. Far post ball, no one there though. And over the bar. If Sydney are to get back in this contest, they really need to make something of the set pieces, making it easy for this Wolves defence at the moment. As Skatardis finds Ivanovic in the centre of the park. Tilio has a shot from distance, blocked down by Littler. McDonald there. Still McDonald for Wollongong. There's King there trying to block it. Does so. The referee says it's a Sydney FC throw, so taken quickly. Ball whips in, looking for Ivanovic. First touch runs away from him and cleared by Littler. Well, it's going to be a big test for this Sydney side. Of course, the opening couple of weeks, they did go through undefeated with a win and a draw. Losing to a much more experienced Marconi Stallions outfit last week, 2-0. And now trailing 3-0. Maybe a tall order for them to get back into this contest. There's plenty of time, of course, still available. You suspect a fourth will kill the game off as Skatardis goes in the middle now for Swibble. Ball in behind for Hamish Lamberton. Great idea, just not the execution there. And Justin Passfield picks it up easily though. Just looks to settle things down. Rolls it out to Littler. Pressed there by Swibble. So goes long. Looking for the flick on header there from Scott. Not quite how he'd envisaged, but it does find its way to James. Double teamed. Well done there by King. Wins it back for Sydney. And switch of play now for Van der Sarg. Does well to keep it in. Looks up. Down the line. Finds Lamberton. Can he go the first touch? No, he tries to drag it into himself. Still Hamish Lamberton. Inside the 18-yard box. Goes to cut it up. Square it nicely for Ivanovic. Oh, too cute there by Sydney. Needed to pull the trigger. Thought Hamish Lamberton did all the hard work. Squared it up. And it's Lachlan Scott. Tries to break for Wollongong. Yeah, really needed to pull the trigger. Hamish Lamberton there. Eye on goals. That's what you want your strikers to do. Just one touch is there. Too many in that box. Throw to be taken by McDonald on the far side. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Of course, on NPL New South Wales Facebook page. James heads it down. As well as the Football New South Wales YouTube channel this year. And Will Gottis. Pleasure to have you with us once again. Of course, the other game you can play tonight out at Bosley Park. We'll get that score to you shortly. Tony Tanous calling that one. And next week's games, we see Sydney FC out at Mount Druitt, Popondetta at 7 p.m. next Saturday night. Of course, Mount Druitt have a midweek catch-up game, that round 2 clash that was postponed, up against Olympic this week. Whilst next Sunday, Wollongong are at Belmore taking on the champion Sydney Olympic. What a game that'll be. Side that's come out on fire this year. Luke Wilkshire's Wolves up against Olympic, a real good test. Of course, there are no gimmies in this competition, as we all know. Lachlan Scott now. It's Callahan running in behind. Still Lachlan Scott has to go square. McDonald. James. Tosi. Callahan loses his bearings there, so ball falls back to Sydney, to Van der Sarg. Oh, good tackle there. And possession one. Danasco says, sorry James, you didn't win that. Good tackle there by Stachewski though. Tosi, Ivanovic. Twisting and turning Tosi. So down the line to Scott. Goes to switch the play for James. Drags it down, held back somewhat. Referee says play on. Still James, no advantage played. A little frustrated there, Thomas James. The referee, to his defence, did play the advantage. Of course, a big feature to Thomas James' output on the field is the amount of running he does. Trying to win that ball for his side. What a pickup he's been for the Wolves. Akata. Callahan. Twisting and turning. James again. Oh, over the bar. Whistled over the top of Hewitt Bell's bar there. Geez, that one touch. Sublime football in that middle third. Really ripping Sydney apart at the moment. Champagne football, as they say. Van der Sarg now for Sydney. Ball over the top, looking for Swibble. Finds him on the run. Jordan Swibble. Can he put it away? Can he? What? What a great ball there by Van der Sarg. Finding Geordie Swibble. And he pulls one back for the Sky Blues. It's Wollongong Wolves 3. Sydney FC 1. As we approach the 40 minutes mark here at Lambert Park. Well, some great skill there by Geordie Swibble on the run, dragging it down to his left and burying it past Justin Pasfield. Certainly give Jim Van Weeren's side some confidence approaching the halftime break here at Lambert Park. Just a tug there on Tilio, no advantage. So free kick Sydney. Van der Sarg, blocked there by Callahan, that was. McGing. Van Muurs. Just stepping on it. Skatardis there, looking for options. Has Teague in the middle. He'll go long. Bombs it forward for Van der Sarg. Headed on for Lamberton. Bit of pressure now for the Wolves defence after that first goal. There'll be a throw in the far corner. Be as close as you can get to the corner flag. Short for the 1-2 from Ivanovic. No communication. Certainly temperatures dipped here in Sydney today. Out Out here in the elements, calling this one, can hardly feel my fingers at the moment. We'll try and catch an updated score out at Bosley Park. McDonald now. James again, tracking back, helping his side out. 39 minutes gone out at Bosley Park. It's Marconi Stallions 0 still. Manly United 0. Marconi coming into this round in 6th spot, Manly in 9th spot on 3 points. So a win will be a bonus for both sides. Edge their way into that top 4 or top 5 of the competition. Switcher play from Teague. Nice first touch by King. Tilio just plays the 1-2, almost falls over. Good pressure there from Thomas James. But Tilio does well to win it back for Sydney. Ivanovic has Van der Sarg to his right. Again, not the touch or the pass that Ivanovic would hope for. Great run down the right corridor there by Harry Van der Sarg. Not for the first time tonight, breaking down for Sydney. Scott for the flick on, but dealt with well by Sydney. Teague. So great show of strength there by Callaghan. Still jinking his way. Callaghan for the Wolves. Looks to square it across for James, but intercepted there by King. Tilio now. Littler now. Tosi. James tries to get it back to where it came from, but intercepted by Tilio, and it's Ivanovic now. Tracking back Akata. Can't win the possession. Still Ivanovic. Good defence there by Tosi, but only gets it as far as Skatardis has a shot from distance. Never in real danger there for Justin Passfield. So fourth official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 2 minutes. Time added on here at Lambert Park in his first half, so additional 2 minutes to be played out here. Passfield goes long. Tilio. Ging. Van der Sarg, Kakata there, trying to close him down. So goes to go down the line for Ivanovic. Great defence there from a Guy Knight for the Wolves. Ivanovic a little frustrated at the moment. Thinks it's not going right for Sydney in this opening 45. Although it's good for them that they did drag that goal back. If the score can remain as 3-1 going into the sheds, gives them that little bit of impetus going into the second half. Akata. Ball there, cross, looking for Tilio, but James in no hurry. Gets it back to McDonald. Carter there. Loses out, and it's Ryan Teague now. Tilio. Again, players making runs, but first time ball there from Swivel. Skatardis. Tilio on the edge of the box. Looks to cut in on his left. Fouled there by Littler. Just a little bit of frustration there. As we're approaching the half time, the end of the 2 minutes, winding down. So one would suspect this will be the final attacking foray for either side in this first half. As Passfield looks to set his wall up. calling for 4 men in the wall, and Littler certainly makes his way across to make that 4th man. There's Tilio and Swibble. It's certainly going to be Marco Tilio who will try his hand here for Sydney. As the wall's warned not to move. Marco Tilio for Sydney. Strikes it. And referee Danaskos points towards that half-time for both sides. Of course, it's the Wollongong Wolves who have continued on their merry way at half-time here at Lambert Park, leading Sydney FC by 3-1. For Wollongong Wolves in that first half, Lachlan Scott opened the scoring with a great header. Thomas James made it 2-0. Nick Littler with an improbable and 3rd goal gave Wollongong a 3-0 lead. Sydney pinching one back, approaching half-time through Geordie Swibble. A sublime effort by him to make it 3-1 at the half-time break. We'll take a short break now and come back for the second half here at Lambert Park. Wollongong 3, leading Sydney FC 1. for Wollongong Wolves, scored by Lachlan Scott, Thomas James and Nick Littler. And for Sydney FC, Geordie Swibble scored their goal. It's a very chilly evening out here. Certainly won't make the mistake of not bringing a heavy coat. Again, as the temperatures start to plummet now, change of seasons, of course. And it's the Wolves get things started in the second half. Littler gets it going forward for James. Early chance for Wollongong. Oh, there's a clash of players there. It's the Sydney FC captain, Lee McGing, who's down. And the Wolves sharpshooter in Thomas James at the moment. Both look a little bit of discomfort through that collision. Of course, Hewitt Bell being that third person in. Just an innocuous challenge, I guess, in the end. These things do happen in football. Thomas James certainly made his way up after that challenge. Let's just hope there's some precautionary measures there as the physiotherapist looks to be tending to Lee McGing's neck area. As we see him sitting up now, so it's great signs for Sydney and also for McGing, the captain, of course, of this young Sky Blues outfit. Kick taken back underway here at Lambert Park. And it's Teague at the moment just slotting in for McGing, but makes his way back on, as does Thomas James, steaming onto the field. Thomas James, if you don't mind. What a live wire he is. Breath of fresh air in this competition. So many talented players. The Englishman, just another one to highlight this fabulous competition. Ball forward by Hewitt Bell. It's King now for Sydney. Steps on it. So it goes back to Skatardis. A switch of play from Skatardis. Finds Van der Sar on the right. Ball in behind for Ivanovic. Has Djordjevic over there. Concedes the throw. Tilio. Lamberton. Ivanovic goes to play back to Lamberton. Lead away by Wollongong, and it's a Carter now. Ball in the centre there. Finding Stachewski. McDonald on the right. Taylor McDonald for the Wolves. Just not the execution in the end, though. Of course, plenty of competitions making their way. Starting this weekend. Plenty of games being rained out because of the big wet that we've had over the last few weeks. So all those kids that started their competitions this week and next week, good luck to you all throughout 2019. Don't forget the most important part is to have fun. Do your best and have fun with your mates. And who knows where you can take you. As a cutter here looks to work it tight on the byline. Swibble concedes the throw though. McDonald for Wollongong down the line, looking for Scott. He gets there first. Has Joel King in his pocket. Well, not the greatest of touches there by Lockie Scott. Can't keep it in, and it's a CNFC goal kick. Also a big shout out to all the parents and volunteers that give up their time to help out football in this state and around Australia. You're unheralded, that's for sure. So a big thank you for all that you do for football and for the kids, most importantly. King has McDonald there, but it goes square. Skatardis tries to play Tilio in behind. McDonald shows him the sideline. Sending him back. Skatardis now tries to dink it in behind, but cut out nicely there by the Wolves. And it's a long searching ball forward by Carter. Thomas James with that speed. Goes to cut it back onto his right. McGing just holds him up enough. Oh, and does well, the defender. And had to. Good turn there by Ivanovic. Skatardis has King to his left. Tilio, can he dink it in behind? He certainly does. Ball in behind. Cut out, though, by Tosi. As Stachewski gets it down the line, looking for Scott. Good strong challenge there by Ben Vermeurs. King. Skatardis. Lamberton. Unable to keep it in on the far side is Harry van der Sarg for Sydney. Throwing taken, looking for Callahan. James goes to a Carter. Plays the 1-2 with Callahan. Knight down the line, looking for Scott. Can't get there. Foul there by Lachlan Scott. Concedes a free to Sydney. King. Skatardis. Switch of play. Van der Sarg. Ivanovic has Tosi forcing him back. Good defence there by Ben Tosi. Half-time score out at Bosley Park. It's Manly United. There's an upset on the cards. 1 leading Marconi Stallions 0. That's half-time there. Tilio. Too much of the sideline though. Can't keep it in. So see there. Dispossessed by Swibble. Geordie Swibble for Sydney. Sizes it up. Probably should have taken the touch. Had Ivanovic to his right. Nevertheless, good. Callahan flicks it on for Scott. Strong challenge there by Van Meurs. McDonald switches it tonight. Over on the left. Plays 1-2 with Tosi. Scott gets under control, finds Tosi. Still jinking his way, but falls nicely for a cutter. Back to Scott. Can't find a way through the Sydney defence, though. Good pressure there from Knight. And he wins the throw for the Wolves. Well, isolating Ivanovic there on the far touchline. Guy Knight, well done to you, son. James falls nicely for him. Taylor McDonald on the right. Just wide. Hugh with a quick goal kick, trying to catch Taylor McDonald out of position, but just overcooked that resumption there. Callahan. Swibble with it. Wins it for Sydney. King goes over to Swivel, heads it down. Tilio looking for the switch, not on really. Straight to Knight. Okada in the centre of the park now. Takaru Okada. Good tackle there from Sydney, wins possession back. Wollongong slow it down there now. James maintaining possession. Carter trying to get it in behind for Scott. Van der Sar goes back to his keeper. Tilio. Switch now for King. Temperature saying it's 7 degrees, or feels like 7 degrees at the moment. Tell you it feels like 2 degrees where we are at our vantage point. Cold night in Sydney. Hope you're keeping warm wherever you're watching this call. I'm Will Gotsis. Of course, the other game being played at the moment out at Bosley Park. Tony Tanous calling that one for you. Marconi Stallions up against Manly United. Skatardis under pressure there from Callahan. Loses possession. Does well to win it back, though. Swibble, good challenge. It's a Sydney throw on the far side, though. Ivanovic. Double team there. Still Luke Ivanovic. Twisting and turning. Finally, it's cleared away. Falls to the feet of Scott. Beats the challenge of Teague. As McDonald steaming to his right. And that's where he goes. Taylor McDonald for the Wolves. Searching ball forward for Scott in the head. Does he beat the keeper? He does, but it also beats the far post. Great run there by Taylor McDonald down the right. First time ball in for Scott. Just couldn't get the direction on it in the end. Little sloppy there from Sydney in the centre of the park. Lucky for them, Tilio strong. Tilio. Callahan. Scott fighting with King. Does win possession now for the Wolves through Stachevski. Cuts inside. James Stachewski. Still Stachewski. Thinking his way towards the goals. And it's a Wollongong Wolves goal. Drilled into the back of the net there by Harry Callahan. It may have been Thomas James. Just wait for clarification there. Well, the Wolves there. Great run there by Stachewski. Beating one, beating two. Strong show of strength, cutting it back. And the Wolves extending their lead out to 3. And it's the Wolves 4, leading Sydney FC 1. Paul forward looking for Tillio. Littler gets there first though. Lamberton. First time ball in by King. Cleared to safety by Knight. Only as far as Lamberton. Fighting there with the Carter. Carter wins out though. And again they put the ball in behind looking for James. James first on the mark there. Finds Callahan. Great save. Hewitt Bell had to be made. He certainly wasn't greedy there, the Leeds leading goal scorer. But a great save by the custodian for Sydney. Carter chests it down, wins back possession for the Wolves, has a shot from distance, Takaru Carter. Parried away to safety by Hewitt Bell. And cleared down the line. Only as far as McDonald. Heads it to Tosi. Has to go back. Passfield. Long ball forward. Vermeules with a header. King now. Well, Thomas James with his brace. Extending his lead at the top of the goal scoring charts. 7 goals in 4 games. Maybe an offing still of another hat-trick here at Lambert Park as James looks to beat Hewitt Bell. Good save there by Hewitt Bell. Of course, we saw Thomas James with that hat-trick a fortnight ago against the Upper Leichhardt Tigers here at Lambert Park. So the Englishman showing a real liking for this ground. Skatardis. Van der Sar. Ivanovic. Nakata presses. Forcing him back. Good defence there from the Japanese number 11. Tosi's first touch just letting him down. So it's Tillio now in the centre of the park for Sydney. Has no option though at the moment. Has to go it alone. As we see the first substitution of the night. It'll be Hamish Lamberton coming off for Giuseppe Tillio. And the second substitution for Jim Van Weeren. And Ryan T coming off for Patrick Shabilio. King just chests it down to his keeper, gets turn ball. And Shabilio just slot there. Just in front of the back. Defensive line. So Sydney chasing this game. Trailing 4-1 as we approach the 20-minute mark in this second half. Game that probably, in all fairness, is out of their reach at the moment. Let's see what signs of character they show in this final 25 minutes of the half. King. Skatardis. Goes route one through the centre of the park, finding Swibble. Giuseppe Tilio there overrunning it and making it easy for the Wolves to clear. And it's a Carter now, dispossessed though. Ball in the centre of the box there, cleared away by Littler. As far as his teammate Akata. And here they go again, the Wolves. Thomas James, once again scurrying down the right-hand side. Goes into the mixer. Cleared away by Van Muers, though, for a Wollongong corner kick. .58 gone out at Bosley Park. Is still Manly United 1, leading Marconi Stallions 0. So Manly doing the job at the moment out there at Bosley Park. Akata with the corner. Goes long. Looks for the header. Gets the header on. Almost nearly an own goal there from Sydney. So Akata will pull the trigger once again from the corner spot. Akata once again goes long, looking for the head on. Cleared away. The follow-up volley there from Guy Knight. And he's for the third corner in succession to the Wolves. Again, they go long, looking for the flick on. Yet again, another Wolves corner. This is like the old FIFA game when you play the player. Just can't get out of his own half. Sydney like that at the moment. Defensively, under the pump. Wollongong searching for that fifth. It's Akata. Goes near post this time to mix it up. Georgievic not with a great touch there, but does fall in the end invitingly over on that far side for the Wolves. It's a foul on James. Of course, we haven't seen any yellow cards here tonight. Quite an easy game for referee Tim Danaskos to referee. Carter with the free kick. Looks to go short. Cleared away by Sydney. As far as Knight, who goes back to Akata. I think over the top by Tosi. Akata. Has Callahan there, trying to help him out. Can't keep it in though. It's a Sydney throw. Again, another free kick for the Wolves. Ball is whipped in, looking for a head-on. Goes as far as Georgievic. Ball back in. Offside, though. Shabilio. Good press there by James. Wins it back. Ball's nicely there. Cut out, though by Skatadis. Nice ball down the line for Ivanovic. Littler stands up. And he's getting restless here at Lambert. Foul there on Skatadis. Little frustration. Ashfield takes the free kick. Lachlan Scott there. Ball over the top by Matt McDonald. Looking for a Carter. Takuru Carter. Squares it up. Looking for James. Blocked by Van der Sag. And a Sydney break now on the counter. Through Tilio. Foul there on Ivanovic. No, says the referee. Play on. Taylor McDonald now has a look up. Has Scott coming for him. Scott claims a foul. Referee has none of it. It's Van der Sag now for Sydney. Tries to get it in over the top for Ivanovic. Working hard there against Knight. Knight doing enough to win the throw-in for his side. So we see some substitutes warm up for both sides. On the far side over there. Of course, Wollongong haven't made any changes thus far. We're into the 73rd minute now. It's a foul there on Ben Tosi, so that'll be the first yellow card of the game to the captain in Lee McGing. Of course, a fun fact told to me pre-game today by the Sydney FC ground announcer Ross Anderson that Ben Tosi was one of the original ball boys for Sydney FC in the inaugural A-League Grand Final. So, some fun facts out there. Ben Tosi, one of the original Sydney FC ball boys back in the day for the inaugural grand final. So, a decade plus ago, and here he is, starring for the league leaders in 2019. So, Jordan Nikolowski coming on for Lachlan Scott. And Harry Callahan came off for Bulljock. Of course, Bull's first game for Wollongong, so it'll be interesting to see how he slots in up there at the top of Luke Wilkshire's side offensively. Skatadis now for Sydney. Feeds it to Tilio. Marco Tilio. Looking for Ivanovic. Tosi goes to play the 1-2 there with Nikolowski. But it's Tilio now for Sydney. And it's sitting on the far side, and it's a beautiful goal there by Giuseppe Tillio. Well, the substitution there paying way for Jim Van Weeren's side. And it's young Giuseppe Tillio who gets on the score sheet for Sydney and reduces the lead back to 2. It's Wollongong Wolves 4, leading Sydney FC 2. Well, great finish there by Giuseppe Tillio, picking out that far post. And leaving Justin Passfield with no opportunity there to get a glove on it. 15 here to go at Lambert. Maybe it's the kick that Sydney FC needed. Certainly if they score a goal in the next 5 or so minutes, it will set it up for an interesting final 10 minutes. Carter dispossessed there in the middle of the park, but Tosi does well to win it back for the Wolves. As Knight gets it down on the deck. James going all the way back. No, ladies and gentlemen, he's not a left back. He's the league's leading goal scorer with 7. Working hard off the ball to maintain possession for his side. There's a dink over the top straight to Passfield. No problems there for the custodian. It's made to pick it up by Geordie Swibble. Of course, time not on Sydney FC's side at the moment. Some resilience, though, shown in the second half by the young Sky Blues. And their second goal scorer, Giuseppe Tillio, on ball now. Shibilio switches play, finds King. Nice first touch there by Joel King. Skatardis goes the 1-2. Still Skatardis. Tosi in front of him. Jinking his way. Can he square it up? Oh, hits outside of the post. Ball still in play. Marco Tillio now. Dispossessed by Carter. And it's the Wolves who look to break now through Juach. And he just plays it back down the line to a Carter. Double teamed at the moment. Runs out of property. And he'll receive a yellow card. So Takaru Carter gets himself some yellow cheese. Offside is the call by the official. No, he's calling the referee out, so he may have seen something. It looks like it's off the pitch. So referee Danaskos making his way across. And it's a red card to the coach in Luke Wilkshire, it looks like. I'm not sure what was said, but it will be the gaffer who spends the final 11 and a bit minutes on the sideline, watching from afar now. King, Van Meurs to King. He looks up. Shibilio. Skatardis. Van der Sarg. You can see what young Swibble's trying to do there. Just didn't get over the ball. You have noticed a little bit of a bounce in the Sydney FC step over the last couple of minutes, so still fancy themselves with a bit over 10 minutes left to play, that they can pull something out of this contest. They'll need to score quickly, though, if they're to do that. Nikolowski with the header there. It's still the Wolves. But a foul on the far side. Quickly taken free kick by Shibilio. Vermeurs. Marco Tilio. Great defence there by Tosi. Juach. Good tracking back there by Vermeurs. Concedes the corner to Wollongong Wolves. Ball in, near post, not cleared away yet though. James with a shot from the outside of the box. It looked like it was going in. Agonisingly wide though for him. What would have been his second hat-trick of the year. Shibilio. McGing. Searching ball forward, looking for Schwibble. Easy work there for Littler though. Strong challenge there by Nikolowski. And a foul on Nikolowski. Wollongong faithful who have travelled up tonight. Not happy with that decision not to yellow card Jordan Swibble. Sydney look to break now from the back third. Over the halfway line. In behind looking for Geordie Swibble. Handball by Nick Littler though. He will get himself a yellow card. So Nick Littler with a goal and a yellow card tonight. It'll be Geordie Swibble for Sydney. Up he steps, over the top almost. Good deflection there though by the wall. Stood firm. And it's Van der Sarg now. Has Knight in front of him. Good block there by Knight for a Sydney throw on the far side. The referee says it's a Wollongong throw. Out at Bosley Park, Marconi Stallions 1. Now, Manly United 1, 75 gone there, so Marconi, well, both sides really with the opportunity to win the game in the final 15 minutes. Pressure there by James Wilmers, nicks it. Vermeurs does well though. On ball now. Littler, long ball forward for James. Cut it there by McGing. King under pressure there by Tosi, so goes to Shabilio. He looks to switch the play now. Finds Van der Sar to his right. Nikolovsky in front of him. Bypasses him though. Straight to Ivanovic. And it's Giuseppe Tilio for Sydney. Trying to find the switch of play. Had Joel King running down the left-hand side. Wasn't to be though. And it's Skatardis now onto his left. Jerry Skatardis for Sydney. Into the box. Has a shot from distance. And in the far post. It goes. And Jerry Skatardis pulls one back for Sydney FC. And we've got ourselves a game on in this final 5 minutes here at Lambert Park. Wollongong Wolves 4, now leading Sydney FC 3. Well, they certainly had their tail up over the last few minutes. And what looked like a routine win for Wollongong when they were leading 4-1 is now 4-3. Can the Wolves hold on? Or can Sydney FC force a 4-4 draw in this one? Pulsating final few minutes here at Lambert Park. And Muir's over the top, looking for King. Has McDonald facing him, so he goes inside to Tilio. Tilio cries for a free kick. Waved away. Quickly taken by Van Muels. Goes to McGing. Shabilio. Van der Sar. Nikolovsky in front of him. So he goes alone. Cut out there by the Wolves in the centre of the park. Nikolovsky wins it back there though. And it's still Jordan Nikolovsky. Down the left, looking to cut it inside. No runners there, unfortunately, for the Wolves. As Marco Tilio will track back and win back possession for the Sky Blues. Shabilio. Skatardis. Well, Luke Wilkshire's men really just need to keep their shape now. They don't need to chase another goal. Another yellow card there for Wollongong. On the foul on Skatardis. It's Callum Talbot. Sorry. James Stachewski picking up the yellow there. Ball in, looking for Schwebel. Diving header. Great defence there by Nick Littler. Concedes the corner. Won't suspect if he doesn't intercept that though. We're all tied up here at Lambert Park. Still not out of danger. Sydney with the corner. Ball in. Looking for the header. Fisted away by Passfield. It's Thomas James now for Wollongong. Holding it up in the centre of the park. Onto the roof here at Leichhardt it goes. Sydney take it quickly. You may see a few minutes of time added on here after that early injury in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw 3 or 4. Ball inside, looking for Tilio. Marco, that is. Cleared away by Djordjevic. And as far as McGing. Shabilio on the halfway for Sydney. Looking for options. Goes to Giuseppe Tilio. Shabilio. Foul. Free kick Sydney. Referee again into the mixer. Nikolovsky and Shabilio there having a few words to each other. Referee Danaskos quick to quell that one. As we see 5 minutes of additional minutes of time added on. 5 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. So a great opportunity still for Sydney to get something out of it. Or Wollongong to maintain top billing. Ball in, headed away. There by McDonald. He's steaming to the right of Akata, so he goes long for James. Van der Sar gets there first, though. Heads it down. Body check by Nikolovsky. The referee says, no thank you. All legal there. And Wollongong will look to slow things down in his final 5 minutes of additional time. We've almost completed a minute here at Lambert. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Again, 7-goal thriller. We've seen plenty of goals this year. Some great ones in this contest tonight. And if nothing else, the young Sky Blues can hold their heads high tonight if they do go down in this one. Coming back from 4-1 down to make a real contest of it. Still, though, with an opportunity to get something out of this. Throwing with the Wolves. Going to the corner, looking for Akata. Gets it down onto the deck. Double teamed. Trying to work a corner over there, but does, in the end, ultimately get a throw in. Nikolovsky will take the throw for Wollongong. Ball in. Headed away. Dispossessed there. Falls nicely to Akata. Takaru Akata for Wollongong Wolves. Nice save there to his right. Hewitt Bell. Looks to roll it out quickly. Skatatis. Shabilio in the centre of the park now. Back to Jerry Skatatis. No advantage played. Free kick, Sydney. They look to take it in a hurry. And they do. Van der Sar. Long ball forward. Looking for Ivanovic. Nice header there by Littler. Swivel shot blocked. Still in play though. Foul on Knight in the far corner. In fact, that was James. What a machine he is, the Englishman. The amount of work he does off the ball for his side. He really... The streams are great, but to see it live and to still have the energy deep into injury time, kudos to him. Free kick taken, ball forward. Nikolovsky now. Akata looks to nick it, and he does. Takaru Akata for Wollongong Wolves. Almost so near. In the end, Sydney survive. Skatatis twists and turns, gets it to his right. McGing, Van der Sar now. Tillier steaming down the right, looking for the ball back. Ball goes out of play. Into the 49th minute of this second half. Just over a minute of extra time, additional time to be played here at Leichhardt. Wollongong holding on to a 4-3 lead. Of course, the Wolves led 3-1 at half time, extended that lead in the second half out to 4-1. Sydney have come home strong in the second half to make a real game of it. And they may go down, but it's a spirited fight back from the Sky Blues this evening. Corner there worked. But offside says the linesman, Jumpark. Sydney perhaps for the last opportunity of the game to go forward. King now. Long ball forward for Shabilio. Cleared away by Knight. Big clap there from the faithful, the Wollongong faithful, for that free kick. Not happy that they didn't, in their opinion, win some of the rub of the green calls tonight, but it was a pretty good game, I think, from the referee. All over the top for Nikolovsky. Looks to play it in the corner there. Has Van der Sag in front of him. Still Jordan Nikolovsky. It's Bull Juach. Thomas James wins the throw on the far side. Won't see much more than the throw left here at Lambert Park. Ball goes long. And there's your whistle. Referee Tim Danaskos points to the spot, halfway spot. Full time here at Lambert Park. And it's Wollongong Wolves, the league leaders, 4, defeating Sydney FC 3. Of course, Wollongong remain unbeaten through the first 4 rounds of the competition and will finish the round, no matter what happens in tomorrow's games, in top spot. Because Sydney FC, back-to-back losses for them. So Jim Van Wieren, a little to work with during the week, but will be buoyed by that second half comeback by them. Of course, there's 4 games tomorrow that will be played. The first game being the Blacktown versus Sutherland Sharks games out at Lilyholme Stadium. I'll be calling that one there. As well as the other 3. Check the live stream and the NPL New South Wales and Facebook sites out, of course, for all the games. They'll be thick and fast. So 4 games tomorrow in the NPL New South Wales Men's 1 competition to round out round 4. And until tomorrow at Lilyholme Stadium, I've been Will Gotsis. It's been a pleasure calling this game for you here at Lambert Park. Final score, Wollongong Wolves 4, defeating Sydney FC 3.